Keeping Connected with Trevor Crowe, and I am Trevor Crowe. We're after hours tonight, and we're at the Fairfield Theatre Company. I am with a panel of fabulous guests who have strong opinions, are very articulate, and we get to ask provocative questions. I'm going to start by saying thank you, Gail, for being with us tonight. Pasha, Kit, Chris, Deanne, and Matt, welcome. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so let's talk about looks. Many women, and some men as well, right, go to great and greater lengths to look good. Beauty treatments, endless workouts, diets, of course plastic surgery, and more to look perfect. You know, how important really is this? And I'd like to kind of get from the guys on the panel, how important are looks, and what do you look for in looks from women? Start with Chris.
Okay. What time of the night is it? Is it a Friday night? Is it 2 o'clock in the morning? If it's 2 o'clock in the morning,
Are we talking beer
they don't
goggles?
care. No one cares. At 2 o'clock in the morning, no one cares. No one cares.
Alrighty then.
Including the girls.
At 2
Doubtful.
o'clock in the morning, no one cares.
Pasha.
I mean, okay, well, what is it? I mean, okay, everyone wants to say, unfortunately, it does boil down a lot to, you know, charisma and just personality and, like, confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Reality of it is, though, I don't want anybody who cares less about their appearance, their physical, you know, condition than I do.
Mm-hmm. And
know?
you care a lot?
I care enough. I mean,
Okay.
I'm riding that wave called youth pretty hard. I don't know if you know, I care as much as a lot of people do, but I want someone, you know, to be in the same range as me, right? You know, as far as, you know, physical appearance goes. I don't think that's too much to ask.
So isn't that what the media is telling us we have to do?
Right.
To all
Right.
achieve this perfection, especially women. I mean,
Right.
women
It's
have
a lot of
I think,
work,
a
I'll
lot
tell
harder
you.
time.
Are we talking longevity?
Yeah.
Longevity, I mean, like,
yeah,
But now
looking
you
good
have to
over
look,
a period of time.
you have to
or-
look beautiful even longer.
You know
Right.
what, though?
You
I would
can't
say,
just be beautiful 20,
I would
30-year-olds.
say
Got to be
women-
way into
60.
I would say that women do it to women.
Yes.
I would say
No
that,
question.
that
I think
You're
so too. That's
absolutely
true.
right.
all
That's
this
very
business
true.
about,
Absolutely
oh,
right.
be you.
No,
be,
no, no.
be, you
The
know,
women are competing.
Feel,
It's true.
feel loved and feel
All
sexy
right,
no
so
matter what you
Matt,
look like.
you have a
It's all
strong
about that.
opinion. I can
Totally.
tell.
Women do it to each
How do you
other.
feel?
Of course you want your significant other to be attractive. You know, that's very important to who you are. But I agree. I think to a certain point, it went from women trying to please men to women being in competition with other women.
But
Absolutely.
what about women doing it for themselves? I mean, I kind of feel like it's about, I feel, you know, young on the inside. I want to feel just as young and look just as young on the outside. I mean, yeah, you're right. I think it did start with women, you know, looking good or wanting to look good for men, and then sort of like, oh, well, you look really good. I better work on it. I better spruce it up a little bit. But honestly, it's about how I wake up in the morning.
Sure.
And I want it every day, whether it's exercise or eating right or makeup or hair. I don't know. I don't really do these things for you. I do them for me.
But
And
I have to say,
hell yeah, dude.
I have daughters
I like
and
that.
sons,
Yeah.
and I would say that I am more critical if if the girls don't. I worry more about them than I do about the boys.
See, I'm
So
just
this
the
is
opposite.
gendered. Oh, interesting.
I'm just the
Really?
opposite. I'm like always on top of my son, like, you know, wash your face more. You have some acne, some bacteria. Like my daughter, she's got it together. She knows what to do. He's still a bit immature, like as far as, you know, he could spruce it up a little bit and behind your shirt every now and then.
And that's the mother in you. The reality
That's why you have boys that you have to
no, but
worry
that's
about
the,
those things.
the reality is the girls probably don't care at all. You know, they don't see
You
that.
can't
Oh,
just
he's this,
fall
he's
in love with
confident.
someone based
and-
on-
and it's lost on them.
So Chris has got a point here, which is, are we falling in love with people based on looks, or is it just chemistry, or is it just simply because I like being with that person?
Because there's
How
no
much
way
do the
you can
looks
fall
factor
in love
in?
with someone just based on looks. You can fall in lust. You can fall in like
Lust.
severe,
There's
extreme
that.
like.
Severe like.
But there's no way. There's no way. Love, no. I mean, what is it, the term? Sapiosexuality, which is falling in
is
love with
that?
someone's intellect, falling in love with someone's mind.
Sapiosexuality. I'm
That's
kinda liking
longevity in a relationship. Not, oh wow, she's hot. It's 3 o'clock
Well,
in
we
the morning
need a
and she's
little of
still
the hot
hot.
too, though.
And then let's, you know what I mean? Are you gonna really form the basis of a relationship on that?
What about us stupid,
maybe
good-looking
it's
people? We don't
start.
deserve love too?
Hold on. Well, Deanne,
I'm not
what are your
saying I'm
thoughts?
part of
I mean,
all
you are a
Are you-
gorgeous woman. You don't have to do much to look beautiful, but how do you feel about all this?
I'd like to say that I think I'm pretty young, but I considered it when I saw lipo on Groupon the other day.
From where?
That's
There
pretty
is no
sickening, right?
lipo needing to be.
And thousands of people
Yeah.
had already bought this Groupon. So what does that say?
So,
But
yeah.
doesn't that come back to though that women being harder on each other and on
absolutely.
themselves?
Themselves,
That's
yeah.
it, yeah.
I mean, I like Gail. I dress up for myself. I try to make myself look good because it's, what I pride myself, in doing. But it's definitely in competition with other women, not so much to.
But as far as relationship though goes, don't you think that when you first meet somebody that looks are really important? Like I wouldn't want to be with somebody who wasn't into exercise or eating well either. Like that would be really gross.
It's all part of the
But-
package.
That's your hormones talking.
But a year later, if you're in a relationship with somebody and maybe they gain 5 pounds or or they're not taking care of themselves, like you're not going to stop loving them. Like
No, but you become
But
very
get-
critical of them.
but
though.
getting into that relationship with someone who looks icky, I mean that's just
Well, this is an interesting question because I actually heard of a couple that put in a prenup that he or she could not put on more than 40 pounds.
well,
That's
40 is a lot of
bizarre.
leeway.
40
That's a
pounds?
lot.
That's
okay,
bizarre.
40 is a lot though.
We're not talking
I mean, if you're gonna
They're
start putting
multiplying.
numbers, why even go that high? That's what I'm saying.
Don't put water on her.
So Matt, is looks is that the most important thing, or are you a sapiosexually inclined person?
You
He's
know what?
sapiosexual.
I think that it's age based. I think that when you're 23 years old, how long is your longest relationship been? Of course, it's going to be about looks. I think that when you're in relationships for a longer period of time, it's got to be both. There's got to be a balance to it. Of course, I agree with Gail. I think that your significant other should do it because she wants to look fantastic for herself every day. And that's part of the personality that comes into play that's attractive to me. That you care about yourself enough to make yourself look good. And that's, I support that.
I agree with
that's
that.
where I come from.
And it's fun.
2
And
points.
But I think too
right.
that dressing for other women, at this specifically, because I love clothes. Anybody who knows me, I love clothes, maybe a little too much, and I love it when other women notice, oh, that's so cool. So you tried that, or and it's for me, it's not so much competition, but like learning other cool stuff.
Well, because most men are not going to notice.
No,
I mean,
right?
I repainted my entire house and my son didn't even notice. So I mean, what I'm wearing
cut
is
his hair in
the
his
last
sleep and he
thing.
didn't
Right,
even
the
notice.
last thing he's noticing is what I'm wearing.
So, but it's true because I learn more from my girlfriends, and I think it's kind of fun, and there's always some cool new thing to wear, right? So, like, I'm loving her color. Gail's wearing the coolest color right now.
There's always an angle too, though. As far as women are concerned, I mean, if I were to compliment a woman on what she was wearing, say, melon's a great color on you, she would say, yeah, this guy douche. Yeah, he thinks like he's paying attention to what color I'm wearing. It's like some sort of contrived, like clear sort of, and you can't just.
So what's a
Go out and
safe
say it.
compliment on a woman's looks then, from a guy's perspective?
No.
What's safe?
There's no safe. There's nothing. Absolutely not.
So maybe that's why you don't
That
notice.
makes it sound like we're
Two
impossible
things
to
that are
please.
like automatic
Impossible to
yes out of
please.
your
Entirely
mouth.
true.
My ass
Honey,
is
how
fat,
does
my
your-
jeans, how's my haircut? Great.
That's great. I love
it.
it. Yeah, no, there's always that backwards. Do I look fat in this dress? No, babe, you don't.
Fat.
Yeah, but then you say you're lying. Of course I do.
think
Why
it
don't you
gets
tell
to
me the
ex-
truth?
Yeah.
I think it gets to extremes too.
Yeah.
And I've walked into restaurants and bars, and I've seen women in there that look to the T, nice. They're perfectly dressed, everything else, and it's a turnoff. You actually look at them and go,
Too contrived.
I could never. It's too contrived. I mean, 5 minutes I couldn't talk to this person for because it's all about that. There's no substance to it.
So to Chris's point, this is about the person too.
It
The
has to
outside might be a part, but
Think about this. Everyone here has got grandparents, or at least has had grandparents. They don't look the same anymore. So what happens? Grandma, what happened? Grandpa kicked me to the curb because I got a little hang time. You know what I mean? It just, no. It's got to be here. It's got to be here.
I agree with
Grandma's got to go on Groupon because there's.
I love it. All
I
right,
also
well,
think the part of the country has something to do with it
yes.
also. Because I think in certain, like Fairfield County, women's idea of makeup, and one of the latest trends is like things should be more natural, like make it look like you didn't try so hard. Well, that trend has not hit Dallas yet.
No, that's so funny.
They like makeup and
And
down.
metrosexual men, that hasn't hit Dallas yet either.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, so it depends on the part of the country too.
So
Like,
there's a regional aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool discussion. I really love talking about this, and just getting back from a trip in the Caribbean where these women, especially French women, they just have this je ne sais quoi thing where they're really natural and they love themselves and they're all kind of calm, and they really do look kind of natural and not made up or contrived, as you're saying. And I guess the answer is you need to feel good about yourself, and when you're attracted to your partner, you know, you gotta kind of work on it over the years, but you know, it's still about that connection between all of us, right? So cool discussion. Stay tuned if you want to hear more of this. You got to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and of course tell us your opinions and your thoughts and questions, because we'll discuss them right up here on the next panel. And so stay tuned, we have more to go, a lot more fun, so coming right back.